All right. In the City, reunion part 1. You always know it's going to be a dud when they make them schlep it into the Watch What Happens live clubhouse.
Yeah. I mean, like, wow, we can't even set up the Bravo soundstage for them. Andy was like, no, I'm not traveling even one soundstage over. You just come to my clubhouse.
Well, for Vanderpump Rules, they do it at Sir. They couldn't have done it at Garrett's restaurant. That's how they do it for Vanderpump Rules, but I guess not. But hello, everyone. This is But I'll Take a Pinot Grigio. This is In the City, Season 1, Episode 10, the first part of the reunion. And just to start us off, did you learn anything new from this? No. I'm trying to think. Kyle's super good in bed. We heard that.
I feel like we already knew that.
Yeah. Well, that's the word on the street. I do enjoy that it seems like the female cast members hate Kenny as much as we do and have seen him for what we have also seen him as.
Yeah, they definitely do not like him. But I don't love that they then, by association, it feels like, hate Whitney. Like, I felt a lot of towards Whitney, and I don't know that she necessarily deserves it. I mean, is she kind of dull and kind of like something, I don't know.
Brainwashed?
Like would she be somebody that I would probably seek out to be my friend? Probably not. I doubt we would have much in common, but I don't know. I keep feeling like they just are ganging up on her a little bit. You know?
Well, what I think is happening is I believe that, and Georgina touched on it a little bit, but she's absolutely brainwashed. So Kenny brought her here, isolated her from her West Coast friends, and then painted the East Coast people as like terrible, awful, mean girls. And so she had to cling to him. And so now she is defending him and taking up for him and saying all these things about him because he is her only lifeline. If he had fostered a relationship between those girls and her, then we may have got to see who she really is. We don't even know anything about her.
I know.
Except that Jasmine from the Valley thinks that she was the most fame-hungry one on The Bachelor.
I feel like that's a real stretch, though. I've never even heard of this girl until she showed up on this show. Whereas, like, I don't watch The Bachelor at all anymore, and I've heard of a lot of other people.
Yeah, I think that might just be Jasmine's way of trying to keep it in the Bravo universe. Because as we see, the Bravo universe is very small. There
incestuous,
is
what you mean? Incestuous?
Very incestuous. Yeah. We already knew this because of social media, but Yvonne pregnant, Lexi pregnant, Danielle pregnant. Also, though, Danielle's baby was born real early. So best wishes to Danielle.
In the NICU. So best wishes.
Mm-hmm.
I had a NICU journey with my second one, and it is very terrifying.
How early was Where?
Where was 5.5 weeks early. So it was a little different situation from, what they're dealing with, because I think with their baby, it's just sort of a, time to grow, mainly.
Yeah, because she says the baby was due Labor Day.
Yeah. So with Where, he was like gigantor baby. Like, I mean, he was still like 8 pounds, but like,
jeez,
couldn't breathe on his own. So he had to have this respiratory.
God, imagine if you had carried him to term. What a baby.
Yeah,
what size baby he would have been.
He was like, oh, holy cow, this would have been like an 11-pound baby.
I weighed 10 pounds and 4 ounces when I was born.
Yeah, you did.
So I came into this world. I know my mother. Look, my mother was 5 foot flat-footed, and she said after a while she couldn't even drive because she couldn't scoot the seat up close enough to get her feet to the pedals because she was so short because her belly was so big. So after a while, she had to quit driving.
Wow, so she can get off the sofa. I mean,
I don't know. Whenever I asked her about what it was like when she was pregnant, she said, "Oh, Sundi, I can't talk about it. That was a really hard time in my life." So I didn't get a lot of details from Patricia in that way, but okay. What do you make of Amanda doing her own hair, her own makeup, and her own styling? This is still some narcissistic bullshit, though, because she's like, "Oh, I just didn't want anybody to get in trouble." Like she said when we watched it, what was it when we watched when she said,
"The Summer House," that dumbass half ponytail.
Yeah, that fuck ass ponytail everybody was calling it. But remember
the
when
outfit that looked like it was trying to be one of Sierra's old outfits and stuff. So I mean,
I just feel like Amanda is really thriving on this attention. She loves it. Like when she told Kyle that maybe they don't even really like Loverboy, it's because they hate her so much. That's why people are buying Loverboy. So he should say thank you to her because he got her sales off the ground. Like she is a delusional person.
Amanda loves to be a victim. It is where she thrives. Is being this poor little baby girl child that everybody picks on me and my life just happens to me, you know?
And two, but without the picking on her and without the victimhood, like she doesn't know how to exist. Like her and Wes doing these like pregnancy trolling videos. Have you seen these?
Yes. What the fuck?
Yeah. So like if she is pregnant, okay. If she's not, that's in really poor taste. Yeah. And it is really just whipping everybody up. All of this like breadcrumb shit that she does on social media is so juvenile, and it just puts her in this really immature box that she acts like she wants to get out of, but she just doesn't perform like a person who has any kind of maturity.
Well, and Sundi, this reunion was filmed on June 11th. So It was filmed just like 1 month ago, 5 weeks ago. Mm-hmm. And at that point, she and Wes had not said, I love you. So I hope this woman is not pregnant with his baby. Like, don't have a baby with somebody you haven't even said I love you to.
And like, too, the way she talks about love you, somebody's like, love you accounts. And she was like, Illy, the I love you initials. Like, that is not how a grown person talks, ma'am. Like, you're not. But also, too, Kyle's out here living his best life. He is a makeup slut. He is having sex, sober, drunk, just all up and down the Eastern Seaboard with every Bravo celebrity that'll have him. Like, he is getting after it.
For the last, 6 years of his marriage. So I guess he feels like he's got some time to make up for.
His butthole's okay, though. Yeah, in case you were wondering, his butthole's fine. He had to really ease out of that Metamucil situation.
Important questions for us.
Yeah. This whole bit too, I did find this a little interesting, where Andy is trying to like pull out more about Wes, and she talks about how Wes supports her and like we're rehashing the same argument too, but she can't articulate it about what it is. And Kyle gets mad. He was like, "Oh, you mean like making your bed every day and hooking you up with brand sponsors and blah 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 blah." And she just looks so clown. She looks like a clown.
So here's my take from that. Okay, so because I was thinking a lot about that too. Because first of all, I was like, "Oh my God, I don't want to spend any more time on this West and Amanda bullshit." Okay, I'm done with them. Let's move on. But here's my take on it. When she was trying to say that West was giving her support, or whatever, and Kyle's like, I made your bed. I did this. I did this. I did this. What I heard from that is Kyle's love language is acts of service. Mm-hmm. That does not sound like that's Amanda's love language. It sounds like maybe words of affirmation are her like love language.
And or maybe quality time, because she really complained.
Whatever. Like West may be going out partying and stuff, but he's taken her along with him. And so she's getting the quality time or whatever. Yeah. Like, it just sounds to me like Amanda and Kyle did not spend time understanding how they each receive love. And you can do a million things that are amazing. Mm-hmm. If it's not the other person, if that's not a thing that they perceive as that's you showing love, then they don't feel loved, Yeah. And it's a really big deal for couples like, Tall Man and I have had to like really like reconcile that like some of the things that he thinks are showing love is not the same to me. Some of the things that I think are is not for him. So we have to like really pay attention to like how we are, because our natural thing is whatever the way that you receive love, that's your natural way that you try to give that to others.
Yes, exactly. So you can always figure out what somebody's love language is by watching how they love you. But I do not believe Amanda has that awareness. I don't think
it's that in depth, but that isn't true, that she feels more supported by Wes and whatever little nonsense he does than she did by some of the stuff that Kyle did. But,
well, this is interesting. I watch all kinds of stuff. And because I'm home during the summer, I'm not in class, I always have something playing in the background because heaven forbid I be alone with my own thoughts for 1 second. Right. So I just have constant stuff playing, and I went through I've watched a few episodes of Married at First Sight, and I watched all of the episodes available of The Ultimatum. I'm not going to get into it about The Ultimatum, but there's this one character that her and her partner, her original partner, are trying to have this conversation. And I can't decide if she's a monster or if she's like being reasonable, because she told him flat out, I need all of the love languages. I want all of them. And he's kind of like, that feels unwieldy to me. Yeah. And so I was trying to think, I was like, is that a fair claim to make from a partner? Or are you just being truthful? Or are you setting expectations too high? Like I just could not wrap my brain around it. And these folks are also very young, but I just couldn't wrap my brain around that ask.
Yeah. Well, now, I mean, it depends though. So, because I think that we all need all the 5 love languages at some point and to some certain level, you know? I mean, like, you know, everybody needs to get the occasional, like, you know, words of affirmation. I mean, we all definitely have to have some physical touch somewhere in a relationship, you know, unless you were just an anti-touch person, you know.
Yeah.
Acts of service, like, even if that's not your love language, there's a time when everyone is overwhelmed and needs their partner to step in and help.
Yeah. I just don't know. I think that this particular,
on like what your expectations are. If you're expecting, like, you know, all the things all the time, you know, a constant, like,
well, I think
of all of it, then that's a lot to ask of one person.
And I think that generation, which Amanda is not quite, Amanda's a little bit older than the generation, but I think that they've heard this particular strategy. And so they have kind of substituted it for any kind of real emotional depth. Yeah. And that, like, you know, instead of sitting down and just having a conversation about it. And I think I would give my right to just be sitting a fly on the wall, listening to Amanda and Wes trying to have some kind of conversation. Like, say they have an argument or she's feeling upset and they try to have this emotional exchange. What does that even look like? How are they talking to each other? How are they communicating? No wonder they haven't said I love you to each other, because they probably don't know how to speak to each other.
Well, I mean, just watching them, they barely know how to speak, it seems like. I mean, like, Wes says like 5 words every time he's on like one of his reunion shows. So, like,
before all this happened, I loved him. He's super, like, progressive on the internet, and he's really, like, you know, anti-ICE, and he comes out just really kind of like really liberal and really like woke, and he does all these funny little things. And I just feel so disappointed that this is who he really is. Because I thought, yeah, you're really like doing something progressive here, but leave it to a man. Yeah. Lindsay and the milkman are still hot and heavy. I thought we hated him. I mean, like obviously not Lindsay, but he just did not put on a good enough showing for her to still be dating this man all these many months later.
I mean, yeah, I don't understand why she's not with Carl. I just don't understand it. Like, I mean,
well, if social media is any indication, they're spending some time together. So maybe it's a slow burn, as my book talk people like to call it.
Maybe the milkman is just sort of like her beard, while she and Carl are like, you know, secretly trying to work things out so that there's not too much pressure on them or something.
And she maintains that she's not looking for anything serious. And Andy should have been like, okay, well, have you broke your dry spell here? Like,
right.
What's the what? But if they've been seeing each other for months and months, I would assume that they have been. Georgina's dating a little bit, but Georgina's dating more intentionally, she says.
Yeah.
Whatever that means. Like, I don't know. It kind of made me feel kind of sad that she was like holding out for the baby's dad for a while. So, I mean, but we don't know enough about any of these people to really have an opinion about any of this stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I mean, I don't think that. I think there are very, very, very few, you know, you and I are both, you know, have been single moms, are single moms, whatever, you know, are not with the fathers of our children, you know. I think there are very few women in the world who have a baby with someone and don't wish that they could have made that work out because it is for the kids.
Especially close.
Having a kid with somebody hoping that you're not going to be with their dad forever.
Yes. You know? Well, distance, distance and time really cures you of that notion too, though. Once you spend some time apart from that person and you kind of see them from a much more
I'm talking about theoretically.
Yeah.
They're going to be with the dad of their child, but like, you know, most people, not necessarily everybody. But like, so I get that part where she was coming from, but yeah, we don't know enough about her ex or about anything to.
Because that would be a show we've said that we would watch before. So,
Right. Show me. Yeah.
you know what? I wrote this down. I remembered it now. I'm going to tell you right now why people hate Whitney. Okay. When they are having this back and forth single mom debate and Whitney is trying to apologize, listen to what she says, word for word. I'm sorry you felt a type of way about me saying that. Okay. It's not an apology. And then she says, listen, I apologize. I'm sorry you took it the wrong way. Not an apology, Whitney. Not an apology. And whether or not she has to apologize for that is questionable. Like, it's not as insulting as Lindsay talking about made her sick to her stomach. Like, girl, then your stomach is too weak.
Yeah. Lindsay, come on. Okay.
Yeah, it's silly.
I have seen you engage in a lot of other stuff, and you're going to tell me that this comment made you sick to your stomach?
Well, because it was about her.
I find that hard to believe. So.
But that's really off-putting. You know, like even Kenny at one point said, well, you know what? Maybe I can sit and take some reflection on that. Maybe this, and this. But Whitney just is, I'm sorry you took it that way. No, ma'am.
That's not a great way to apologize.
No. And I don't think these folks were hard enough on Kenny. I think that whenever they showed that clip of Lindsay saying, it made me sick to my stomach when I watched it, I thought they were going to talk about Kenny being that way, being some kind of way to Whitney. Like, the way he treats her is really dismissive, and the way he just is super isolating. And Lindsay's over here muttering under her breath and misogynist, narcissistic. I'm like, just deactivate for 1 minute, Lindsay. Come on. Like,
right.
And you could tell Andy kind of got a little angry with her, but I did hear her mutter something about when they were talking about the being boring. And she was like, well, I mean, she does have a tutorial on how to make toast. I was like, ugh. Not beating those allegations, Whitney, about being boring.
That's not adding to your level of interest.
And it's alarming though how much she takes for Kenny, because at one point, I think it was Gavin, it may have even been Kenny, where he was talking about his past relationships were always really volatile and very toxic. And Whitney chimes in, she's like, no, they were just passionate. Girl, that's how you that's how you die at the hands of a domestic partner abuse. Like, that is not okay. That is a very scary perspective to take on that. When another man or the man himself is saying that my relationships were toxic and you're perceiving it as passionate, that's tough stuff.
Dangerous stuff.
Yeah, it is. It's very, very dangerous. Georgina hates Kenny too, though. Her unbridled hatred for him I was there for it.
Yeah. Like, she's not even trying to cover it up.
And she said that she wishes Georgina was here for the fame. I mean, she wishes Whitney was here for the fame because it would make her feel better because this man is trash. And then, of course, Whitney's like, dab him. And like, nobody's saying you're here for the fame except for Jasmine, who's not even on your show. Shut up.
Right.
But they're in a great place now. Even though
the spark is brighter than ever.
I know. It's like he's got his hand up her butt and he's moving her mouth. And I'm just like, girl, blink twice if this is an Obsession situation. Have you seen that movie Obsession on Peacock?
No.
You should watch it. It is very, very good. It is a little gory. Okay. It's got some body horror, but it is very interesting. Quickly, the premise is, I'll tell you, a young man has been friend zoned by his very beautiful best friend that he is in love with. And he makes a wish that he goes to a magic shop and makes a wish that she would love him more than anybody in the whole world. And so, ding, she does. And so he's getting his wish. And what ensues is the movie. It's really good and really interesting about incel culture and good guys versus like getting friend zoned. It's really good.
Okay. Yeah, I'll watch it.
I mean, I don't really have much else. Lindsay's wearing yellow because of Minions, and
yeah, let's spend a minute on the fashion, okay?
Okay.
Were any of these people going to the same event? Because, like, I mean, I did not understand some of these choices. You know?
Yeah, let me pull it up so I can remember, because Lindsay's was just so bright, which
mainly yellow.
Yeah,
and not good hair. Lindsay, what are you doing? I'm hoping those are extensions. I hope she did not grow her out, because
they have to be extensions.
Her hair is so much cuter. But anyway, did not love her look at all. Georgina, what the fuck was this like two-toned sequin tube top dress
So
and the amount of blush. I was like,
I think the lighting is really bad in the studio, right? Like
entire blush, like compact. Amanda, white lace. That was an interesting.
Well, she did style herself.
Okay. Gavin, like a mechanic's shirt.
Yeah, like he's real cash.
On film today, Gavin?
I mean, real cash. And Yvonne looks pretty though. I like it. I like a monotone. You know, she's probably really trying to feel some kind of way about her pregnancy body. Danielle, I despise these.
Not like Danielle's whole look. Like
I don't like a slick back look. I remember when the Kardashians were doing it all, and it started showing up everywhere. This like slicked back. I just don't enjoy that. It doesn't.
I don't either.
It doesn't look clean, girl, as they're trying to say. And then, which Andy always looks super dapper. I love Andy.
Andy looks great. Kyle looked good. I liked that kind of terracotta sort of blazer. Like that was all right.
Kyle knows how to reunion.
Kenny, like, nah, whatever. Owen, I actually liked. He had on a black shirt with like the black suit.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't look overdone. He just looked like, nice, put together. Andrea loves a pinstripe. He
does. And this is a double-breasted white one, which was just take one of those things away, and I think he'd have been fine. Right? Like
he had on like this black sequin, which was probably cute, but she only got like 5 seconds of screen time.
Yeah. As I like to say, she's dressed for open heart surgery.
Yeah. I don't know. I felt like none of them looked like they were going to the same event. It was just a real and no cohesiveness, like I guess nobody got the memo about.
Well, for housewives, they do actually, in fact, send out a memo and say, okay, I need you guys to wear shades of like jewel tones. I need you guys all to be in pink. I need you guys all to be in this. And like they absolutely send out a memo and give them a directive.
This is just one more sign to me that Bravo doesn't give a shit about this show. Like they realize this is a turd of a show and they're like, we don't even care. Like we're not getting set. We're not giving you a dress code for it. Just come as you are,
Have we heard about any kind of renewal? Do we understand that?
Heard anything?
I haven't heard anything about it being picked up for renewal. So I hope that it does, because in theory, I like the main players of this show. I like a Lindsay. I like a Kyle. I like Amanda in this particular amalgam. But I think they're all going back to Summer House. So I don't know. Like Summer House is actively filming right now. They're in the Hamptons right now filming.
I mean, I like Lindsay and Kyle. I do not like Amanda. I don't know. I could care less about like 50% of these castmates. So maybe if they get rid of like half of the cast and then actually give us a little more in depth on that they keep, then maybe I would be into a season 2. But I don't know. Right now, I'm like, meh, I can pass on this.
What they did with Kenny's dad story, I would like to see that happen with Lindsay. Now, it will never happen because she's tried it before and has that. But that it's more compelling to me than Kenny because I don't care about him. But Lindsay wanted us to know that it's not the same, that her trauma is more acute and whatever she has going on is going to be the worst of it because it's not the same. Her mom doesn't want her. Your dad sought you out and found you. So just everybody, if y'all didn't know, Lindsay had it worse.
I love Lindsay. Her trauma is always going to be more important. I mean, what happened to her is always more significant. I mean, that's my only thing about Lindsay is like, okay, it's calm down. All right. Like other people have experiences that are meaningful too, but okay.
And it looks like on the scenes from Next that somebody, I don't know, Amanda's going to drop a bomb about Kyle sleeping with somebody while they were married that she just found out about. Why is this important now?
It's not. That's what I'm saying. I'm done with this. Move on. Okay. We get it. Y'all are getting divorced. You're with West. Kyle is having his man whore moment.
Yeah.
Like,
and I'm rooting like hell.
This story anymore. Like, let's just move on.
What have you been watching this week? Anything good? I know you've been busy, but have you had to squeeze anything in? Or reading or listening to? What you been doing?
While I was on, so I just got back from a girls trip, which was amazing.
That's right.
few of my college girlfriends and I got together at the lake for a few days. We did try to watch. We definitely did not make it through, and we had to restart a lot because there's a lot of talking that goes on.
Yeah, for sure. Tried to watch what, though?
Rewatch 5-Star Weekend, which I told you was coming out.
Yes, Carla and I watched it in one setting. It was very cute.
So cute and so fun to watch on a girls' trip, like kind of thing. Yeah, like we started it one night and then we were like, oh, we all started drinking and talking. So let's go back to episode 2.
Yeah.
So we watched, which I had watched it before the weekend too. So I kind of was caught up. But so we watched that. So that was fun. That's really it. I mean, I went to, girls' weekend at the lake, and then my bestie from college and I and her 16-year-old daughter went to Atlanta to see Lionel Richie concert.
Oh, fun. How did the 16-year-old love Lionel Richie?
Well, this was my best friend's. It was a birthday present for my best friend that her daughter picked this up and like invited.
I see.
So, but she did enjoy it. She had fun. And yeah, I mean, it was amazing. We love Lionel Richie. We love him so much.
Yeah, he's getting on up there though, isn't he?
He is a freaking national treasure.
Okay? He's a national treasure.
I adore him. And Earth, Wind, and Fire opened up for him, which was kind of fun.
So were you the youngest person in this stadium by far?
We brought the median age way down just by being there.
Sure. That's how me and Carla do in our neighborhood. We had a lot of old folks in our neighborhood.
I was telling somebody last night, I'm like, so median age at this show was like 67 for sure. And I could read 15 people's text messages around them because everyone had their text font on like 72,
that's how all these people get in trouble when they are texting racist shit back and forth to each other, like at a baseball game. The people behind them is like, hey, I see you texting racist shit. Could you please either turn your phone off or be less racist?
There were 5 people in the row directly in front of me that I read all of their texts throughout the entire concert.
That's so funny.
That
is so funny.
Maybe in public, put that font size down or put a privacy screen on or something. It was nothing bad. They were all making plans for mahjong and bridge club and stuff. And
nothing juicy, I guess.
No, nothing juicy that I saw.
I said this on the other podcast too, but I'm really trying to tell everybody, Little House on the Prairie, the remake is darling. So, and I told the story about why I love Little House on the Prairie so much, the other one, but it was one of the very first books that I ever, the first series of books I ever read.
I read all of them.
Yeah, I did too. I read them when I was really young, and I watched the old series, and the new one is really good. It's very wholesome. It's very wholesome.
Yeah, it should be.
Yeah, but even in terms of we pick up when they first get to Kansas in the prairie, and Caroline is pregnant with Carrie. Okay. And this is not a spoiler because everybody knows this. So she has Carrie, and the way that they did it is they put a sheet up between her bed and the girl's bed, and Pa went behind the sheet. We didn't hear any yelling. We didn't see her face sweating, nothing. The next thing we know, he comes out with a baby and she's dressed in her after.
But that's how they did it in the olden days,
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And I just thought, wow, that is really different. It does take
babies out and then went back to plowing the fields, they were just we gotta survive this prairie lifestyle,
It's really hard scrabble. They do take on a little bit more about the native land of it all. I learned a little bit. I did have to do a little bit of research. There apparently, according to Little House on the Prairie, I don't know how historically accurate this is, but apparently developers were promising free land to anybody who would settle on the hope that the government would buy this land from the Osage people. And so all these folks came out, built all of their houses, all of their towns on land that didn't even belong to the government yet. And so there's a lot of conversations about the Osage and them having to sign a treaty and this treaty, and you see them having to walk and being displaced. It does a fairly good job. I would like to hear how a person of Native descent perceives it. You know what I mean? So as the white lady, I felt like they were doing an okay job representing, but I would really like to hear, but much more so. But and I said this to Jeff too, but ultimately the most important thing to know is that Charles Ingalls can still get it.
Okay. All right. Good.
He's real handsome. He was handsome back then. Michael Landon. He's handsome now.
See, that's my hang up on the show is that I don't know if I can watch it without Michael Landon. Like, I loved him so much.
After a couple of episodes, that kind of just falls away. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's because, especially with Laura, it was Laura with me because we have Melissa Gilbert sort of burned into our brain. But after a while, you get it because there is no Olsons. There's no Nellie in this particular season. I'm wondering if maybe if they do a second season, they'll introduce Nellie. There was a mean lady, but no Nellie. But I really loved it. I teared up every 2 seconds. It was very, very wholesome. And then Ethan and I are going to see Odyssey tonight.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, it's 3 freaking hours.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Jeff saw it last night. He and I will probably talk about it on the pod this week. But
don't sit too close, is what I've heard.
I had to. Yeah, you have to buy tickets. You have to pick your seat nowadays. So I bought some kind of farther up.
Yeah.
But
no, so we are, busy as per usual around here because this week we are hosting golfer for the Southeastern Amateur, which is a pretty big deal amateur golf tournament that our local country club is the host club for. And so we actually hosted this young man last summer when he came and played in it.
Where's he from?
He's from Australia originally.
Oh, we love an accent. We love an accent.
And he is just the sweetest, most precious thing. Lives in Charleston now. He just graduated from Virginia Tech, that's where he was playing on the golf team there. So he's, trying to get his qualifying and stuff to hopefully we're going to see him go pro one of these days.
I hope. I mean, I did peek
golf this week,
Well, I did peek in on that Will Ferrell show, Hawk.
Oh yeah, we did watch that. Yeah. Oh,
it's a tough one. I don't know if it's my brand of humor.
It is very slapsticky, a lot of Will Ferrell tropes, basically. I mean, it's like, let me just take all of my ridiculous things that I've done on Saturday Night Live and movies and whatever and put it all together in a golf themed thing. But we enjoyed it for just a late night. I
think I fell asleep watching it, but I hadn't got back to it yet. So,
and I'm not really paying close attention. It was kind of fun.
Did you watch The Housewives of London?
No, I have not watched it.
Me either. I haven't watched Housewives of London. I think I am gonna probably continue to watch The OC. Did you happen to watch OC last week?
No.
Are you giving it up?
I'm giving it up.
Yeah, I'm going to stay in there. I feel I'm a faithful, so I'll probably have to do an OC corner or something.
But I'm here for the Housewives road trip thing or whatever.
Yes, I've been announcing. I hope you are because I've been announcing it that we're going to start covering it. So yeah, you better be because already worked that into the biz, Emily. So you're locked in. That's not until August 9th, and then next week. House of Stassi premieres, and so Jeff and I are doing the House of Stassi next week, and then of course me and Nolan are just about to be caught up with the McBees, and the man we just finished season 2, and he is been tried and he's waiting sentencing.
So there's some scandal. I don't know the details, but when I'm scrolling on Insta, I keep seeing these little slides about
but it's insurance. It's insurance fraud. And the way that they framed it is that it was this one tiny mistake that was really kind of accidental. I don't know, because part of the entire show is built around this huge farm and this huge industry being in such debt. They're in $70 million worth of debt.
Yeah.
And they were trying to find venture capitalists to invest $100 million in the first season, and it didn't work out. And so it just seems strange. Okay, so your capital fell through. We know that you have this giant note that you have to pay, and then all of a sudden you accidentally miss a date on an insurance claim for one of your fields. It's I don't know. But he did serve time. Right now in real life, he is in active jail. I think he's coming out September, I think is when he's going to come out. So the dad.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, it's a real conservative, middle of the country sensibility. The son was on another reality show called Joe Millionaire.
Oh, wait, no, I don't think I watched that one.
Steven McBee.
average Joe, I think is what
Oh, he would never. He would never. So, but yeah, so that's the slate. So we got some big ones. So always the vintage Vanderpump, always. I'm having to shuffle some things around too a little bit because I think House of Stassi is Wednesday night, but I think Ultimate Girls Trip is Sunday nights. And so I'm having to I think I get screeners. At least I know I have the first few screeners for the Ultimate Girls Trip. So
yeah, August 9th, I think, is the premiere date. That is a Sunday.
Yeah. So unless they swap it around for us, I feel like Sunday's going to be the thing. I feel like we kind of shorted our people in the city talk, but like I don't really have anything else to say about it. I mean,
it's kind of a nothing burger. So
it is, and God bless them for trying to pull a extramarital affair out of their ear for Kyle. Grasping at straws, but at this point, I don't really care. Now, if they were to be like, oh, Kyle's really an alien, or hey, let's explore the pact he made with the devil to look this young, I'm on board. But
now that I would spend
an
entire hour
for sure.
I mean, if he would just come out with a skincare tutorial, okay, just tell me what all I need to get injected, what do I need to have polished, what lasers are you using, okay,
because he looks real good,
really good,
and especially since we watched his season 1, which was 10 years ago. He looks he looks exactly the same. Exactly the same. Yeah. Okay. So get to your hosting duties. I'm not too sure. Vanderpump's definitely on Friday, but I'm not too sure if we're going to do a crossover tomorrow or not, but you'll know before I do, I guess. So find us on all the socials at Take a Pinot Pod, TikTok, Instagram. And I'm trying to do better about putting our actual pictures on YouTube our actual podcast where you can see us. Carla really likes to watch it instead of just listen. So I'm trying to do better about that.
On the girls' trip, they were like, we want to watch your podcast. And I was like, well, you don't watch a podcast, you listen. But okay. So I was trying to find one of me and you.
Yeah, I don't know.
There's not that many videos, which I'm okay with. I don't normally get too cleaned up before we do these.
Yeah, but because the way the platform host that I use, it automatically puts the audio on there, so I don't even have to do it. But putting the actual video is an extra step that I have to take, and so I just forget. Most of the time, I don't even have any makeup on anyway. So
yeah, I was gonna say I'm really okay with.
Yeah. Well, all right. I will see you very soon. Y'all send all of your hot takes, or if you're mad about it, send it to Jeff at pinotpod.com because that's where he likes for it to go.